Perception is subjective. What we think we see is actually filtered through our own mind's eye. When I look at a person, an object, or an event, I see something very different than somebody else does.
Really, there are all these things like beliefs, desires, sensations, experiences. They're all related to each other, and that just is you.
To know who we are, we must understand how we are connected. Dunbar examined the relationship between brain size and group size in a variety of primates.
It probably varies from about 100 to up to 250 across different individuals, and that size that you have is really determined by the size of this bit of the brain here. So if you think of a juggler throwing balls up, it's a bit like relationships. How many can you keep in the air without dropping any?
I was seeing myself, not from my perspective, but vividly and continuously from the perspective of other people's responses to me.
When you can't smoke, if you stand and stare out of the window on your own, you're an antisocial, friendless idiot. If you stand and stare out of the window on your own with a cigarette, you're a fucking philosopher.
Perception is the right word because it's how you feel about that relationship.
I met her through one of my friends who was on my research team, Chrissy. I'd say she's cheerful, she has a sense of humor.
I was in London for a vacation by myself, and I saw on Facebook that my friend Elsa, she was in London too. It had been a few years since we last saw each other, so we just met up. She brought her with her because they had just moved there for their semester abroad. I found out that she's a really nice person, and it was really easy to continue a conversation.
Before school, we would just hang out. For the most part, my judgment of her has always stayed the same because she hasn't really changed that much since then.
I lived with my girlfriend, Laurel. We only really spent some time together while I was over there at their house, not just the two of us one-on-one.
Another one of my friends was like, hey, Kevin's got a new girlfriend. And I was like, oh, cool. And so she's like, yeah, she's really nice.
The only one who was always in my classes because we were on the same team freshman year, and then the next year we were all in the same honors classes. It's interesting to see, like, you know, this innocent little, like, 6th grader girl and see how, you know, how she's evolved and become really in her own.
Through the Ithacan, yeah, I didn't know her previously. I think she's maybe a year or two younger than me. She definitely has her own opinions, and I think being a part of the news team really brought that out of her.
I'm actually the multimedia editor that works with Life and Culture, which is what she edits for. She's friendly, she's is she behind me right now? No. Okay.
We were both beginning reporters at the Ithacan. The whole quiet snap judgment has evolved because, you know, she is an outgoing person. I've realized that she's the type of outgoing person where she's more outgoing once you get to know her more.
So this is the layers of friendship or acquaintanceship, if you like. Well, the boundary of 150 really differentiates between friends and acquaintances, and I think that really is the big difference.
I met her my freshman year on the Ultimate Frisbee team and didn't really know her that well until we lived together last semester. I thought she was like really quiet, but she's much more like outgoing and like friendly than I thought. I mean, I didn't think she was unfriendly, I just thought she was like more reserved.
She was really quiet at first, but then we became closer friends and stuff, and then sophomore year we decided to live together. I'd say she's goofy, but like in a chiller way.
So we met on Frisbee. We were both freshmen. We didn't actually start getting to know each other until I asked her to be my roommate spontaneously in sophomore year. She doesn't force herself upon people. She's not overbearing in any way. She likes to leave things last minute though, because she just has so much on her plate all the time.
We roomed together freshman year. We were assigned, we didn't choose each other, and we were in a forced triple. She and my other roommate just looked like regular, they didn't stand out in any way. They just looked like anybody that you'd pass on the street. She gets anxious very easily, and she really worries about things, so she really tries to do her best in school.
I met her actually in elementary school, all the way back from our hometown on Long Island. But she actually moved and switched school districts, so I lost touch with her in between elementary school and college. In elementary school, I remember her being quiet. I don't know if that's the right perception, but yeah, because I didn't really interact with her that much in elementary school, but I remember her being very quiet, shy, but very nice. And same actually at orientation, a little shy, but nice, and then once we got to know each other, she got more comfortable and was more talkative.
Put your right foot in and you shake it all around. Turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left foot. Put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. You put your left foot in and you shake it all about.
You have to remember that this 150 includes family as well as friends. So, you might not think you're particularly friendly to all your family members, but actually, you will give them priority.
She's my cousin, so I've seen her, from newborn to toddler, and preteens, teenage years, and now, the young woman that she is. And, I think that she's really done a good job in, becoming someone that her parents and her sisters can be really proud of.
And she is my goddaughter.
It's been a major evolution from the days of diapers, and she doesn't need those anymore today, so I would say that's a pretty big evolutionary change.
She's a very determined girl, very intelligent since she was born tiny. I mean, watching my sister raise her, she just picked up on everything very easily in all areas. And just watching her excel through the years in school, in her education and everything she does, I've just seen that throughout the years.
Well, she's my girlfriend. It's been, to date, a year and 9 months, I think. She's one of those people that she's very shy when you first meet her, but then when you get to know her, she's very loud. Everyone changes. I change, she changes, but over the course of the year, over the course of the few years that I've known her, she's grown into a very talented, loving person, and she's very different from when I first met her, but she still remains that cute, intelligent, thoughtful, sweet human being that I met.
I can clearly say that I saw her coming out of
All right, no
when she was
visuals.
born.
Okay.
When she was born. All right, so that's when I
First met her. As first-time parents, you don't know what to expect, You just hear other opinions saying, well, my child's in this, and my child is that. I think she actually exceeded what we expected.
I would say that she's been very independent. Even when she was in middle school, all through high school, I think she has taken on challenges that she wanted to meet.
She's very focused. I think that whatever she takes on, she likes challenges. So pretty much
like I said, whatever she takes on, she makes sure that she reaches her goal.
And she has evolved to know what she wants to do in life. So, you know, I think that's part of her maturity. Although I think that sometimes she thinks that she can't do certain things, I think that, you know, we try to instill that she could. But,
and she does.
Yeah, and she does.
She does.
As she's like, when she graduated and she first came home from college, she seemed older and more like an adult.
She was afraid of going to London. She was excited, but she was afraid. She's gotten a lot more mature, I'd say. Still funny. See.
I didn't know what to expect for a sister, so it's just like what I have with Andrea and Taylor. That's how I see them.
I am her aunt. Her father is my brother. I think she has a very, very nice lady. She has been very, very well educated, very nice, always smiling. It's really a pleasure to talk to her.
We actually met through a mutual friend in middle school when she first moved out here. Has always been somebody who has stuck up for people that she cares about. She may have her moments where she kind of feels down, but you know, deep inside, she's a strong person and that she'll make it through anything. She'll make something work if it has to. I think she has the same fears that we all kind of do, especially as college students.
I guess I just met her when I was born. She's older than Tyler.
Yeah, same with me. I just know her because she lives close to me and she's
our
family.
cousin and stuff.
Yeah, she's cousins. She's a warm-hearted person, very caring, open to a lot of people.
Sweet, responsible.
She just cares about everyone, in general, and she can be a weenie at times.
She calls everybody weenies because I don't know, it's just stupid.
She's attracted to cute things, which would define weenie. It's not really when someone's being mean or annoying, it's kind of just you use it.
One of my great friends, a professor called Nick Chater, who is the professor of decision sciences in London, believes that we should spend far less time looking into humanity's hidden depths and spend much more time exploring the hidden shallows. I think that's true, actually. I think impressions have an insane effect on what we think and what we do.
It was the end of our freshman year. We were both, it was through the Ithacan. I saw her and I kind of knew who she was, but I'm really awkward, so I didn't talk to her. And we would just kind of work together side by side on the computers next to each other. We wouldn't talk. My perception of her is that she is an incredibly genuine, caring, carefree person that likes to keep the positive side of things in perspective. Some people are nice kind of as a facade or to be polite or to be amicable with people, but I think that she genuinely is a happy person and doesn't feel the need to fake friendships with people. So I think that every conversation that I've had with her has felt very genuine. I felt that I could share anything with her, and I think there's just a lot of trust there.
Originally, we were trying to find housing, and really we came across this very nice 6-person flat, but our original group was only 4, so we need to find 2 more people, and so she was one of the 2 people that we found. It kind of brought back the freshman memories of, I had to kind of get forced in these social situations where I don't know this person, they don't know me, we don't necessarily have anything in common, but with her, it seemed like she at least wasn't a horrible person.
We were both on the Ultimate Frisbee team. I mean, everyone changes a little bit, but I mean, I think that my perception of her hasn't changed, and she's still been the same for her since freshman year.
We were at practice, and it was very loud, and there was everyone around us. We just kind of got in a circle, and I learned her name in passing. Wasn't very intimate. I thought she was a lot quieter than she is. Her trying to yell on the Frisbee field, which is really just a loud whisper.
So you're in a core of relationships, really, ultimately are probably there as shoulders to cry on more than anything else. The further out they go, they're serving different functions.
At their core, social network sites primarily affect
offline interactions.
Social media in general are very valuable because they allow you to keep relationships going that would otherwise die.
I met her on the first day of freshman year because we had the same class together. I think my perception of her has changed because she herself has changed. I think everybody changes throughout these 4 years. These are like big growing years.
We work together at Victoria's Secret right here. The more I get to know her, the more like I like talking to her. And when she would come to work, it was like exciting to see her because there are some associates like you don't really care for her. It's like, oh, they're here, but I was like, she's gonna be here. She's gonna help me close. She's gonna do her job, and she's gonna be fun.
We had a sociology class together first semester sophomore year. We haven't talked since that class, but we're friends on Facebook.
We might see the world in a different way, and sometimes that might not line up with reality, but it doesn't mean that one of us is right and one of us is wrong. We all see the world through our mind's eye.